This is Talking Bullish, your Bradford Bulls podcast. We are hosts Laura Micklefield and Alan Raisin.
So we've had a trip to A&T Headingley, and so there's a game to review. We're going to talk about our upcoming Challenge Cup fixture and talk about our very special episode coming up next week. Hello, Laura.
Hi, Alan. You all right?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad we've managed to squeeze another episode in before our special episode. I know we did promise that last time, but I assure you it is coming, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end of this podcast. So
yes, but we definitely couldn't ignore the game against Leeds Rhinos that happened at the weekend.
Yeah, I thought we need to fit one in, especially to talk about the old rivalry and obviously a few other bits and bats coming out from the club, especially with the upcoming Challenge Cup match and a few bits of news coming out. So yeah, definitely worth the squeezing in the pod to have a good chat about what's been going on.
Definitely. And so, it was a friendly, but how friendly was it?
Yeah, managed to go, so that were good. It were nice. It were good to see a packed out Bradford end like the old days, and I were kind of sat in the north stand with my dad and nephew. And yeah, it was good, really good atmosphere, right? Enjoyed it, to be fair. Yeah, I know it's one of those, obviously, it's only a friendly and you can't read into stuff too much, but there are things I think we could pick up from the friendly and what happened with it, which we'll kind of go through play by play. But it's, it was just really good to be back, really enjoyed it. I know it was a loss, but we came out of it feeling really positive, to be fair. And obviously, I'll explain reasons for that as we chat through the goings on in the match.
Yeah, so I only managed to catch it on the radio. The first half I couldn't listen to because the stream was cutting out for me and it made it really impossible to hear. But got caught some of the second half, and it did seem from that, as you say, we'll go into the details in a bit, but the overall score was perhaps a bit disappointing, but you weren't disappointed at all. So, but let's get started with, it took 20 minutes really of tough defence at the beginning.
Yeah, it was a bit of stalemate at the beginning, and Leeds finally brought the defence down after a neat little kick over, I think it was from Connor, to score through Handley, which made it 4-0 because they missed the conversion. But we hit straight back. Beautiful try from Keys, lovely break through the line, and he backed himself into corner. We had a perfect view of that because we were sat just where he was running towards the corner. Saw him make the break, and we were there like, go, and there were like 3 players queuing up on inside. I thought he's going to pass into the thing, but no, he backed himself, he ran and got through and got the try. I thought, brilliant individual piece of skill there, and great try to see. It's seeing that he's definitely putting a stamp on trying to compete for one of those half-pack positions when we get the season started. And I think he had a brilliant game. So that was good. And Hooley did an excellent touchline conversion to make it 6-4 to the Bulls. So we were actually
Bulls
ahead.
In the lead, yeah.
Excellent.
Didn't last too long though. Another 8 minutes, is that? Another 8 minutes, 32 minutes. Leeds in again, the chip over by Connor for Hanley to score, and that gets converted.
Yeah, so 10-6, kind of similar to the one before, just kind of on the edges where we got caught, and it always seemed down to Connor's tactical kicks that we seemed to not defend as well as we could have done, but not too bad. But it was quickly followed by another Leeds try that was just kind of punched straight through the line of defence, making it 16-6, and it looked like it could kind of blow out there, but no, it didn't.
Right, no. So, just before half-time, there's a lovely pass looped over from Nicarima to Ryan, who dives in acrobatically.
Yeah, it was a classic Ethan Ryan try. All the fans that have kind of watched him in his youth when he was playing for Bradford, and probably when they've seen him at his other clubs as well, pretty used to the acrobatic style of Ethan Ryan, that he's always flying into the corner with legs in up in the air and all things. But yeah, it was brilliant to see him back to his brilliant best, and another lovely conversion from Hooley from the touchline. So that took us to half time. So it was 16-12 at half time.
Which is very respectable scoreline, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like, obviously you said it was breaking up for you listening in the first half, but it was probably the first half that I was kind of most impressed with. I thought it was really good. I think we kept them, kept with them, and we defended well. I think the only thing that was kind of letting them in were the 6 agains. Like, the set restarts were they're just relentless. It was always seemed to be like getting to 5th tackle, then it's right, 6 again. Another 6 again. I mean, I think by the end of it, some fans were joking, saying like, for anything like us, I don't know, birds flown over pitch, give Leeds a 6 again. It was kind of like one of those. But in fairness, we did quite well. But obviously, it kind of made me think it's going to take a toll on our defence, because we put out a squad that we only had the kind of normal amount of interchanges, but because it was a friendly, like, Leeds had double the interchanges.
Okay.
So we're already thinking at this point, we're going to be pretty tired from all these 6 against and all this defending. So I kind of expected a different second half, and I think that's why I kind of said to you, even though the score was what it was, I definitely felt that it was a good match, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it was Jay Connor and his kicks that were the main threat defensively. But otherwise, apart from that one where they kind of pinched through the line, we did stand up on the goal line. I think we made a good account of ourselves. And on to the second half then. And straight away, a bit of an audacious pass from Connor to Croft. Did you see this one on the replay, Alan? It was... I don't like saying much good about the Rhinos. Let's just get that clear. But you had to appreciate the skill of that pass. It kind of fooled everyone, obviously fooled the defence. And I think it fooled our teammates as well. But he looked to just pass into the corner and kind of put his arm behind, flicked it behind, and it went on the inside, and they just ran straight through to score. Definitely one to see on the replay if you've
training
not.
Pitch.
Yeah, it's just a shame it was obviously the Rhinos that scored it, but I mean, you have to appreciate a beautiful try. Even us in stands were like, oh, that were a good try. Then that was converted, so it made it 22-12 at this point.
Yeah, and then the Bulls get in again through another lovely try from Ryan.
Yeah, it threatening edge again, and back to his old ways, and it was 22-16 at that point. So it was good to see that even though we kind of broken down straight into the second half, we still did give it a go and got a try right back.
Yep. So I was listening again at this point, and I know Mick was threatening that we might go the distance. But I think from that point, really, it was all Rhinos. Yeah. So I had Croft try on 57, which just started the blowout, really. And then another try at 63 minutes, followed by a Cameron Smith try at 71, gets converted. Oh, yeah, it was on his testimonial. And there was the final try of the game, 75 minutes, so it ended up 46-16. So, quite a comfortable win for Leeds, but a loss to be proud of, you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. Look, it's a friendly. Look, everyone says about these friendlies, they'll watch it and be like, right, that's it for the season. And look, we've already been saying nobody expects that we're going to compete in with the top 5, top 6, and obviously Leeds are going to be up there. But yeah, I think there were a lot of things to take from it that were positive because, like I was saying before, we always were going to tire in the second half, and obviously they had fresh legs to come on when we didn't. But I think the defence was good. I mean, we lapsed, and obviously we've let in 46 points. It sounds silly to say the defence was good, but it was. There was a lot of effort. There was a lot of grit there, and I know. Yeah, I thought I just enjoyed it. I thought it was a good game. And you have to think as well, there were 7 first-teamers out. There was Sutton, Ackers, Milnes, Fulton, Mellor, Skirt and Chamberlain, if you look at, obviously, the shirt numbers. Yeah. So it's pretty much half a team that was out as well. So I think a massive shout-out to the team that was out there to actually put in the performance that they did. And it was only, like I say, in the latter end that it started to blow out, and that's when we were going to be tired, and they were obviously bringing on fresh legs. But I just think that the negative of the match was the 6 against. Like, I know I've already mentioned it, but I just hope that this is not what Super League is going to be like.
Well, yeah. So I was going to talk about that a bit. So do you think we were getting used to a different style of reffing, or is it like something new for this year? You were saying that they're trying to cut down on.
Yeah, I think it's one where I've heard a few times that the rules are kind of changing to say that it wants to speed up the ruck. They want to make it so that it's a fast game. So you tackled, you get off, you go for your next one, sort of thing.
I don't think you could ever say rugby league's a slow game.
Well, no, it's not. It's not. It is a fast game, but obviously they want it so that there's no messing about. They play the ball, and look, I get it. Sometimes there's people milking, there's people laying on. I get the 6 against, but sometimes, honestly, like some of the 6 against that we're given, I felt sorry for players, as in like they were just trying to get up. You know what I mean? I'm like, just give them a chance to actually get up and off someone. Sometimes if you think there's 2-3 players in a tackle, there's a tangle as you get in there. You then have to try and untangle limbs and try and stand up and get in position to get square. Yeah. I think they needed a little bit more like lenience. Yeah. And look, maybe it's probably a combination of things. The referees are probably thinking this is the thing they have to focus on, so we're going to have to give it. And the majority were given against us. I could obviously have my Bradford Bull blinkers on and say it's because the ref were from Leeds and wanted them to win, but I'm not going to say that. No, but obviously the refs are probably going to want to push for this because they know that's the focus. But on the same sense,
maybe went too far. Maybe.
Yeah, but we can also look at the fact that we've already said kind of 7 of the first team players without. So quite a lot of the players that were playing for Bradford have come up to full time from the part-time championship experience, where the game is slower and obviously you do kind of take longer to get up. And maybe this was kind of the first proper Super League standard reffing that we'd had in a while. Yeah. Meaning that, maybe it was taking the players a bit of time to adjust to the speed of the game to make sure that they could get off in time. But to me, I would be interested to see what other people who are listening think, because I did see a few comments, obviously, and jokes about the 6 against, but it did seem relentless. And I just thought, everyone, they're saying they want the faster game, but all it's going to cause is absolutely tired out defences and one team just steamrolling all time, because it's just going to be like, right, you've done 5 tackles, you're just about to catch your breath. Nope, you're going to do a 5 more. And
not wanting to pour shade on opponents, but I do seem to recall that Toulouse were a master of lying on tackles and not getting penalised. So maybe they'll struggle this year or change their ways a little. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see, actually, Alan. I didn't think of that, but it'd be interesting to see how they get on with this, because they did kind of like laying on the floor. No disrespect to the Toulouse players, but I think I'd said before I felt like I was watching football. I don't watch that much football, but the things I've seen, that's what I mean. The majority I've kind of seen of football, it's usually someone rolling on the ground and delaying the game, and I think we're always for the teammates to get a breather, and I think that's what Toulouse did, and because it always used to seem when we were attacking near their line, someone were rolling about on the floor needing 5 minutes. But I want a fast game. I think everybody does, but there needs to be a line. Yeah.
And then so Hitman, Elliot Paposhi?
Yeah, Elliot Paposhi. It massively deserved. Obviously, a prop doing 80 minutes. It's not a small feat by any means in that. And standout performance, I thought, really good. And I think Kurt Haggerty said afterwards in the post-match interview that he thought, obviously, he did a brilliant job. I mean, he's only a young prop. Obviously, he's come through an academy at St Helens and then come to the Bulls. We've kind of kept him for a few years now, but he's always been doing part-time championships. So to have your first kind of game after full training against the Super League quality side and play a full 80 minutes as a prop forward, it was massively deserved, and I think he had a brilliant game.
Yeah, brilliant.
I also think that Ryan and Suter looked really good as well. I'd be interested to see what, as listeners thought, like who you thought kind of man of the match should have been, or who your hitman was, because there were a few to choose from. I think it was a good performance.
Brilliant. And then so our next game's going to be down in London.
Yeah, so everyone thinks this is a fix. I think everyone talking before and saying, we'll draw London away. And then, we drew London away. Bit of, I suppose, an unpredictable one. London's kind of like a brand new squad this year. Although the championship, they've signed a lot of NRL players. And people are kind of classing them as a Super League side. And I think Kurt Haggerty said the same. He said it's a Super League match.
Right.
So that's how he's seeing it. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Thoughts on what you think that'll go like, Alan?
Well, yeah, as you say, difficult to say since they've signed so many new players. Obviously, last season, did we do the double on them? I can't remember.
I think we did. Yeah, we did do. But I think I'm not actually sure.
We went away, did we? Oh,
yeah, we went away. I think. Yeah, but I'm not actually sure how many of the existing players are still there. It's interesting, actually. It's probably something I should have a little look at before, obviously, the 8th of February when that happens.
Yeah, but pleased to see that's going to actually be on the telly. So
yeah, really pleased for that. So it's the one that's been chosen to shown on the BBC, so everyone can watch it as well, as long as you play TV licence, obviously. But yeah, that'll be good. I'm glad it's on the telly because I'll definitely be giving it a watch and be interesting because I know Kurt in the interview said there are obviously a few injuries which kept a few of the players out of that Leeds Rhinos match. But he said I think 90% of them should be back ready to go and fit for that match. So it might be a bit of a different squad that's out there, but be interesting to see the squad he picks because I think a few people in that Leeds match really earned their shirt. So it'd be nice to see them get another run out for the Challenge Cup. So looking forward to that one.
Yeah. And then obviously that's just 1 week before Super League starts, isn't it? So,
yeah, it's coming up upon us quick now, isn't it, Alan? Yeah.
So we'll be podding thick and fast.
Yeah, we're back every week. I mean, it's been a treat this week, and fitting another one in. So obviously we've had 2 in a row, and obviously another one coming up next week. So I think we're getting back into the flow of things now, and it's just nice to have some rugby to talk about.
Yeah. And then, so in terms of news, we've got Amy Hardcastle, the women's development manager.
Yes, so Amy Hardcastle is back at the club, which is brilliant. Anyone who's obviously watched and followed the Women's Super League when I think it was the inaugural season in 2000, was it 16? Might be too early, I'm not sure. Anyway, don't quote me on that. But the first season she was obviously in the Bradford Bulls and were the ones to go and win the whole thing. And then obviously since then she's had a brilliant career at St Helens and Leeds Rhinos and is still an England international as well. And yeah, she's back at the Bulls. She's done full circle to become our women's development manager. So I think it's a real focus on obviously bringing the women's game in Bradford back to where it should be, obviously with the aim of getting back to Super League in the women's team as well. So I think it's a really good, it's a statement. I think it's a really good signing, and obviously she's one of the most well-known women's rugby league players out there. So I think that's a brilliant one, and all the best to her.
Yeah, and so as development manager, is that like an off-field role?
Yeah, it's off-field role. So I think it's kind of obviously there's the head coach and stuff, but I'm thinking it's the development of like from school age up for kind of getting talent and developing obviously girls to get into the full-time, the rugby environment and try and get players through the pathway to get back to a Super League winning Bradford Bulls team, because obviously since the competition expanded through those inaugural seasons, obviously we were kind of the only big team out there, and it was we were kind of winning everything. And as it does when it gets more popular and more teams join, all the rest of it, players left, we've kind of slipped down the ranks. But it looks like it's kind of a rebuild. I suppose it's kind of similar to the men's team in a way. But this was just like the Bulls were kind of the main team at the time to have a named team that was attached to a men's rugby league team sort of thing. And now it's really big, and I'm looking forward to having a look at the women's rugby as well this season. So we'll be keeping tabs on that. And obviously, if there's anyone listening that wants to come and have a chat to us, if you play for the women's team, then we're always here, and I always like to chat with people.
So now it's time for Bull or No-ble. And I think, Laura, you might have prepared something for me this week.
I have, yeah. I did remember, I thought yesterday, I thought it's my turn for Bull or No-ble. I'll have to come up with something.
Yeah, I haven't done any research this week, so I probably won't do very well.
Well, as is tradition with my Bull and No-bles, I I often go for something about the people we've played or we're playing.
Yeah.
So we're going to go for Leeds Rhinos.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Bulls related Leeds Rhinos stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of history with Bulls and Rhinos anyway, and lots of things to say. So yeah, it could be anything. So let's see what you think, Alan. Right. So the 3 statements for you. We've got 1 that is false and 2 that are true. Okay. So the first one is we currently have 3 previous Leeds players in our current squad.
Right.
Second, the Bulls last beat the Rhinos in 2019. And the third, the largest crowd to watch a Bradford Leeds match since Super League was established was in a Challenge Cup final in 2000.
Okay, right. Well, I'm hoping you're not being too sneaky with, just twisting slight facts around. But
well, you did that to me, Alan.
Did I?
With your Joe Mellor, Warrington, and
that's true. That's true. I did. Yes. So, but I'm hoping that. So, I think the biggest attendance. That sounds like. I think I'll go for that one being true.
True. Right.
So we've got the 3 former Rhinos in our squad, and we've got the
beating the Rhinos last time we beat them in 2019.
Yeah. So I think that we might have beaten them more recently than 2019 because I thought that I had witnessed that, but maybe it was like someone like Wakefield or Cass. So, no. So I am going to say that the Bulls statement is the 3 players in the team, 3 former Rhinos.
You're correct.
Yay!
Well done. Nice process of elimination there, Alan. Although, obviously, I'm always happy to be fact-checked. So if there's someone who listens to this and goes, she's wrong, that's not right, please tell me, because I'd be that person getting mad at the facts too. But as far as I'm aware, and hopefully I'm right with these facts, we don't have 3 previous players. We have 4. So Andy Ackers, Sam Hallis, Leon Ruan and Luke Hooley have all previous played for Leeds Rhinos. Like I say, if someone knows anyone else, let me know. But Bulls,
definitely not 3.
No, the Bulls did last beat the Rhinos in 2019. It was a wonderful Challenge Cup match, which, we were all elated. I remember people like nearly crying in the crowd, and it was a brilliant day, only to follow it up by getting drawn against Halifax and losing it.
Oh, no.
So, best chance we had as a Challenge Cup run just came crumbling down, but never mind. But, we keep supporting no matter what. And the largest crowd to watch a Bradford Leeds match since Super League established was in the Challenge Cup in 2000. Obviously, I've looked back before pre-Super League times and there was massive crowds and stuff, but I thought, obviously, I wanted to keep in the modern times, but that was a crowd of 67,247.
Wow. That's brilliant.
And Bradford won that match against the Rhinos 24-18 at Murrayfield. So.
I was going to say, I wondered where it was.
Yeah, there you go. So, well done, Alan.
Oh, thank you very much. There. Well, good questions.
Good at this game. I'm rubbish.
Maybe it's all in the questions. So that leads us to the end of another episode. However, we do have something exciting in the pipeline for next week. Laura and I are on the road, or maybe on wheels, should we say.
Yes, so a couple of listeners reached out to us, and a big thank you to them. And they are members of the wheelchair rugby league team for Bradford Bulls. So they have kindly invited us to go over to one of their training sessions next week, where we'll get to watch them in action. Might even get to have a little go. Like I said, I'd like to. Hopefully, I won't get too injured. And then hopefully they're going to sit down with us and record the podcast. So it'll be a bit of a wheelchair special, so we can find out more about the team and what they do and where they train and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be quite exciting. We're really, really grateful. One, for them getting in touch. 2, well, just the fact that they've obviously listened and wanted us to go see them. So really excited for it. And big thank you to them. And please just make sure you do give us a listen next week, and support obviously the podcast, but also support the wheelchair team and get to know obviously their fixtures for the season. Because like I was saying earlier, we'll want to follow the women's team and the men's team. Obviously, we've got all sorts of teams at Bradford Bulls, so we'll want to be keeping up to date with all those, and that's part of it with the wheelchair team back in Super League. We'll be tracking their progress this year as well.
So, yeah, a big thank you to Kieran, who's the coach and captain, and
Richard, the assistant coach, and John, who's the one that contacted us and got in touch to say about us being able to join. And thank you to all three of those and all of the team. And we're really looking forward to coming to meeting you, and really looking forward to the podcast next week. So I hope you all are too. Yeah.
So make sure you like and subscribe to this podcast so you find out when the next podcast comes out, and get in touch through all the social media channels.
Yeah, and just remember to run with the Bulls, or roll with the Bulls, as it will be for us next week.
Yeah, definitely. See you next week.